Okay. So as I mentioned earlier, we were able to discuss in the past several distributions, theories on how this distribution came about, and how to check the distributions and the properties of the exponential, not exponential, the expected values and the variance of each of the distribution will give us a shape of the said distribution. So meaning, these are the parameters that determines the distribution. So nag-umpisa tayo about discrete distributions. So we talk about binomial, Bernoulli or Bernoulli binomial, Poisson distributions, and the others. And then we also discuss in the case of continuous distribution, like as we can now see in the screen, the famous normal distribution, or for physicists, they call this the Gaussian distribution, named after Carl Friedrich Gauss. So the normal distribution, its function look like this. Ito yung naging itsura ng function niya. Ayan. So the function, nicely, it's an exponential function that would give us two parameters of the distribution. One is the parameter mu, and the other one is the parameter sigma. So the mu here and the sigma are actually the mean and the standard deviations respectively. But take note, the normal distribution is a continuous distribution kasi its values would be from negative infinity to positive infinity. And then last meeting, we were able to show that indeed it is a probability distribution kasi yung sum of all of the possible values, or the integral from negative infinity to positive infinity of the probability distribution, it is equal to 1. So we were able to show it nicely kasi what we did is, instead working on a single integration, gagawin natin, we will use the double integration by having the product of the two areas. Given that they are two different variables, and we were able to show by change of parameters or change of coordinate system, gumamit tayo ng polar coordinate system to be able to show that indeed its integral, it's equal to 1. So ang technique dito, gumamit tayo ng change of variable. So every time when you have a change of variable, ang ginagawa, tandaan mo to, Joshua, every time when you have an integration, tapos mag-change ka ng variable, for a single variable lang, okay lang. So no need for computing what you call the Jacobian. Pero kung may dalawa ka ng variables that you are to consider in the case of changing your y and z variable into, which are Cartesian, into polar, which are in terms of r and theta. So gumamit na tayo ng sine theta and cosine theta, and with the radius r. So upon changes, kailangan natin to compute for the Jacobian. So ang Jacobian lang kailangan natin is actually the partial derivative with respect to the two variables r and theta. So makukuha na natin ito, then compute for the determinant, and the determinant will give us something, a multiplier for our integral. So rather than working in this type of integral, as you can see in the screen, na ang variables natin are y and z, tapos we will change it to theta and r. May emergency? Wala naman. Okay, thank you. Okay. So now, we were able to show na indeed it's equal to 1. So I think naibigay ko na yung notes na to sa iyo, Joshua. You just simply review this. So what is interesting is, ano yung expected value or mean, at ano ang variance ng probability distribution na ito, yung normal distribution. As mentioned, ng expected value is just the parameter mu, and then the variance is the square of the parameter sigma. So yan, ipoprove natin right now. I don't know, did I leave this to you as an assignment ba?
Hindi yata mo.
Hindi. Okay, so let us derive ang na to. It's a good technique na gagawin natin. So what we will do is this. Okay. So first is, of course, ang gagamitin natin is the moment generating function. Kasi again, sabi natin last time, the moment generating function will give us a good idea of how to compute for the first moment and the second moment. Naalala mo pa kung paano ano yung moment generating function, paano siya gagawin?
Yung ano pa na, yung, ano kasi, yung, kukunin mo na po yung mismong, PDF tapos ano yung ano na, yung derivatives. Para
Mm.
to get,
Ayun, tama.
to get the expectation of yung powers.
That's correct. Actually, nakuha mo. Yung gagawin natin is first, we express the function mismo. So the function look like this. Usually, I'll use the blue pen. So ang function natin will usually look this sa phi function. Parang that's a common symbol we use. And the phi function is just the expectation of the exponential of dx. Ito lang naman, ang moment generating function natin. Meaning, it's the expected value. Rather than x yan, so e raised to tx. So meaning si t ang gagalaw, si x i-fix natin. So meaning, if you consider now your probability distribution function, recall lang natin dito, the expected value in terms of the integral is just the integral of x times the probability density function. So yan ang minimultiply natin. So in this case, for the um, normal distribution natin, so we are to take the integral from negative infinity to positive infinity of e raised to tx times imumultiply natin ang mumultiply natin ang probability distribution ng normal distribution. This is the square root of 2 pi sigma sa labas e raised to negative 1/2 of x minus mu over sigma quantity squared times dx. Yun ang moment generating function. Kasi the goal later, sabi mo kanina, we will take the derivative. So once mako-compute na to natin, we will first compute the first derivative of your expectation kasi it will now become your first moment or just simply the mean. Tapos the double derivative of this will become your second moment or e raised to x squared. Yun ang gagawin natin right now. Pero ito, nicely, kasi what we will do is we will be rewriting everything here. Susulat natin nicely ito. So first, I think ang gagawin ko is I will express this function as follows. So isusulat ko this way para for notation purposes. Let me quickly write this. By the way, small letter x, so baka it's confusing ito. Ayan, small letter x yan. Yan. Okay, minus mu times 1 over 2 pi sigma e raised to negative 1/2 x minus mu over sigma quantity squared dx. Okay, so, well, the answer here is not yet obvious, pero the goal is ito, ang goal natin. Kasi, we want to have an expression na isa lang yan. So, gusto natin may papasok yung expression na yan sa loob. So meaning, ilalabas ko itong e raised to t mu at sa loob ng niyan, isusulat ko na lang dito. Ayan, 2 pi
Ah,
sigma. Tapos, itabi ko ito ang e raised to uh, t times x mu minus 1/2 x minus mu squared. Ayan. Gusto nating i-simplify yan. Medyo hindi pa ganun siya kaganda tingnan, but in a way, later, mapapaganda natin itong expression na to. But I want you to simplify this. Tingnan natin to. Ito, ayan. Simplify natin yan. Medyo, let me rewrite this nicely here. I will be rewriting it this way. Ito. Ang ganon, dito ko na lang isulat pala. Maglalagay na lang ako ng arrow. Ayan. That expression seen above will be the following. I want you to confirm kung tama. Ito, tama ba yan?
Okay, so, sigma squared, okay, tama. So dapat x minus m squared minus, okay, tama ba?
Alright, by the way, hindi ko siya napakita yung mukhang hindi obvious na negative to, no? So dapat negative yan. Ayan. Next, I want you to complete the square of this. Ito, yung sa loob.
Okay. It's
Can you complete the square?
Sabi ko
Kung
na,
ano,
hindi ko nakita pero may ano pala siya, may meaning pala yun.
that's right. So,
Because
so
there's an,
sa ngayon, hindi ganun siya ka-obvious, but
oh,
can you help me complete the square?
naging obvious na po siya, so naging of the form of a squared, which is yung x minus mu
Mhm.
minus 2ab. So, b is sigma squared na. So,
Mhm.
b squared would be plus sigma to the fourth power.
Again.
Sigma to the fourth power po.
Sigma to the fourth power. That's correct. So, ang may dagdag ka, sigma to the fourth power. And
Tapos
how about your t?
may minus naman.
So,
So,
minus ka dito, di ba? Sigma raised to the fourth.
tapos magka-cancel sa baba.
Pero, tingnan mo dito. May t ka pa. May t ka pa dyan.
So nga na. So may t. Edi ano na ba? T squared sigma to the sigma 4. Tapos sa negative, minus yun mo. T squared sigma to the fourth power.
Do you think ba t squared siya? Kasi, anong decision? Bakit na ano mo dito? Square yan. And this becomes raised to the fourth. Pero this case, t lang ito. So therefore, what do you expect with your t?
Dapat T squared.
Yan, correct.
Bawa.
Mo lang yan. Ayan, square. Pero actually, the actual technique, and usually ko ginagawa, dito ko lang isusulat, let me put this in green, just to recall lang completing the square. Diba, if this, kung ang trinomial mo look like this, ax squared plus say bx, tapos plus, hindi natin alam yan. So, gagawin natin, that's equated to 0. So, usually ginagawa is we divide both sides by a. So, magiging x squared plus b over ax plus we don't know yet what that is. And this is equal to 0. Anyway, it's equal to 0 lang naman ang ano niya, after the division. So, ang ginagawa natin is we are to square yung dalawang nito kasi kailangan mo lang dito somehow dalawa yan eh. So hence what we need is we have a b over 2a quantity squared. So that if we want to check, kung gusto na talaga natin i-check to, x plus b over 2a quantity squared equals 0. So by squaring the binomial, so x squared plus 2 times x plus b over 2a. So magka-cancel yung 2. Tapos square mo na lang yung last. So yun na siyang ano. Yung parang square, completing the square. By the way, I forgot kung nagdagdag ka dito on the left, magsasubtract ka rin, di ba? Magsasubtract ka rin kung anong dinagdag mo. But anyway, it's equated to 0, so there's no problem on that. Okay, now, can you tell me what's the simplification of this? So this is negative 1 over 2 sigma squared. And this would be equal to?
1 in x minus 4 pala. So x minus 4 minus.
Okay, x minus mu.
Tapos
Minus?
minus 2 minus 2t sigma squared. Tapos all squared.
Anyway, ano mo na siya? You can square this now. Except, ito, syempre, may minus sigma raised to the 4t squared.
Over ano pa, may over pa, over a negative, positive na po yan, tapos an over 2 squared. Yung sa dulo po. So dapat ano lang siya, plus t squared over, plus t squared, plus quantity sigma t squared over 2, yung sa dulo po.
Saan yung ano? Plus, kasi ito yun, no, di ba? Ito yun, at ito, tama?
Okay, nasa ano pa lang po siya, nasa parenthesis pa lang po siya. Anyway. So, hindi pa siya nalabas. Anyway, so yung ano, dapat x minus mu minus sigma squared t. Tapos
Yan, that's correct. Sigma squared t, quantity squared. Ayan, that's correct. So, pero take note, I want you to look at this. Ang ganda nito. Actually, medyo maganda yung itsura nito. Kasi, what we will do, wait, let me say, parang may nakalimutan akong may idadagdag. Kailangan ba akong idadagdag? Parang wala na pala. So, ito, let us rewrite all of this, yung sa taas. Rewrite natin yan. And this will become, let me change this into blue. Yeah. Okay. This will now become e raised to t raised to mu from negative infinity to positive infinity of 1 over square root of 2 pi quantity squared e raised to, sana tayo? So this becomes negative 1 over e sigma squared times x minus mu minus sigma squared minus sigma raised to the 4th t squared. Okay. But napapansin mo, tingnan mo ito, Joshua. Ito yan, ang last part. Meron ba siyang x? By the way, may dx pa pala. I forgot to put dx. Yan. Yung last part na yan, pwede mong ilabas with the exponential.
Negative, positive.
Positive what?
Is,
E raised to t u mu. Positive.
may ano po namin parallelism. So, wait. So, malalabas po siya sa whole na. So, wait. So, yung sa unang parenthesis, positive sigma squared t squared over 2. Tapos, over pa.
Over pa. May sigma squared.
Sigma t over 2 square root of 2 pi.
Ito, i-retain lang natin yan.
Okay. Diba? So, 1
pero
over.
tignan mo to, magdi-distribute ka niyan sa loob dito. Ayan.
So,
ilalabas mo siya.
pero ba't di na po yung cancel yung isang sigma?
Pwede may cancel ang sigma.
Diba? So, 1 over square root of 2 pi times sigma t. Yun na lang po na. Sigma t squared.
Pwede. Ang gusto ko lang dito, Joshua, gusto ko siya ipasok pa rin yan. Kasi papakita natin na, normal distribution pala siya. So, ilagay lang natin sa loob. So, wag lang natin siya ilabas.
Nga pa, may problem wait lang mo. So, apparently, the e, on the same level siya, multiplied by over, So, dapat e na,
e pa rin. E raised to?
Pero times po, all over sila pala. All over 2 square root of 2 pi sigma. So,
That's right.
So, e to the t mu plus sigma squared t squared over 2.
Correct. Ayun, tama. Or
all
1/2 sigma squared t squared integral of, yan. Tama yung sinabi mo. Okay, 2 pi sigma.
Squared na siya.
Tapos, isusulat ko lang dito, negative of 2 sigma squared. Tapos, ang sa loob, matitira na lang. Actually, matitira dito, x minus mu minus sigma squared t squared. So, yan na lang matitira, dx. Okay? But I want to rewrite this again. Isulat natin para mas maganda. E raised to t mu plus 1 over 1/2, 1 over 2 squared, sigma squared, t squared, integral from negative infinity to positive infinity, ganun pa rin, kopyahin lang natin, square root of 2 pi sigma, e raised to, gusto ko siya isulat this way, 1/2 times x minus, x.
So kasama na po siya sa square.
Ayan, mu plus, kasama na siya sa square. Sigma squared t divided by sigma quantity squared dx. Ayan. Mas maganda siya tignan. But, anong napapansin mo sa integral na ito?
So, e to the negative something. So, when it approaches infinity, yung, ano pa yung approach? Anything yata. When x approaches
Mhm.
infinity, magiging 0?
Mhm. I want you to go back dito. Tingnan natin, babalikan natin ito sa taas.
So, siguro parang finite siya, no? So, kasi ano pa rin, approaching infinity on both.
Ito.
Approaching 0 on both. So, parang ganun nga po. Ayun po, parang bell nga po, no?
Oh, bell shape. So ang question, anong integral nito? What's the integral of 1 over square root of 2 pi sigma of e raised to negative 1/2 x minus mu over sigma squared from negative infinity to positive infinity? What's equal to?
So, ano, makuha yung exponent na. Tapos, multiply. Yun lang yata po na. Tapos, yun lang ba?
Ah, ito.
Kung ano ba?
Integrate mo siya from negative infinity to positive infinity. Anong result?
Dapat, ano po na? Dapat yung integral. Yan po na.
It's a probability distribution. So therefore,
Dapat 1 lang
integrate.
po.
Dapat one lang.
Okay. Alam na pala po yung result. Okay.
Yes, alam na natin to. Nagawa natin yon
Ano yan?
kanina. Ito, yan. Ginawa na, medyo mahaba kanina nung last time. So na-prove natin it's equal to 1. So therefore A is equal to 1. So ang question ko lang sa iyo, ang probability distribution na ba ito, yung earlier natin na pinag-aralan, almost the same ba dito sa last na ginawa natin? Yan.
Parang, parang may change of variable lang ba?
That's right. May variable changes ka lang. Kasi, tingnan mo ito. Ang nag-iba, ito lang yun. Ikirin ko to yan. Dapat mu lang yan. Pero may dinagdag ka lang. So, in other words, this is your mu. Mu na tawag ito? Na mean that will represent the parameter of the whole. So, in other words, what we're saying here, this is your normal distribution, yung
But ano po na, the new mu is mu plus sigma squared t.
that's correct. But your sigma is sigma pa rin, sigma squared, yung variance mo. So, my question is, anong integral niyan?
Okay, so dapat, dapat 1 din siya, kasi normal distribution.
Dapat tama. So, it must be 1. Wala nang iba. So, the
So yun the whole point of everything. Hindi naman po to evaluated para ma-condense bigla po sa 1 kasi nasabi na pong probability distribution na po siya. No?
correct. So,
Insane.
kaya, every time, halimbawa, if you're dealing with probability distributions, tapos may nakikita ka, may probability distribution ang expression na yan. Pwede bang maging 1 yan if I'll take the integral, if I'll take the summation of that expression para mas masimplify ko? Kasi ang matitira, since this is equal to 1, ang buo niyan, so you are left with e raised to t mu plus 1/2.
Yung ano po na, Chinese na yung shopping app.
Parang parang letter M na script. Okay. So therefore, what we're saying here, Joshua, na simplify natin ang moment generating function natin ay simply e raised to t mu plus 1/2 sigma squared t squared. Then, you can now take the derivative. Kukunin mo ang derivative
with respect to t po na.
to t. Tama. And then evaluate t to be equal to 0. Ayan, evaluate mo. Tapos, this must be equal to what?
That should be, ano po na, dapat, yung expectation. Dapat mu po yan.
That's correct. The expectation of your random variable x. So, can you, in your position right now, can you take the derivative? At then, t, anong matitira?
So, yung unang chain doon, square quantity mu plus t squared over 2 times e to the, yan po, that expression itself.
Yan. So, again, ano natin, mu plus 1 over 2 t t squared, pero times 2t na lang yan.
Awa nga po na, may palang isa pang chain rule, tatlong chain rule.
Actually, dalawa,
Ito po.
ito lang. Ito lang siya.
Hindi ba po parang may isa pa? Siguro yung the exponent itself.
Kasi yung ginagawa natin, actually, in reality, di ba sa every time mag-exponential, hindi maapektuhan si exponential ng derivative, kundi yung power niya lang.
Mabo.
So therefore, ang ginagawa natin, in fact, actually, may inuna tayo eh. So dapat uunahin lang natin
Yung
si
mismong
mu.
exponent po.
Say, e raised to t mu plus 1/2 sigma squared t squared times the derivative of the exponent. So anong derivative ng exponent?
Mu plus t squared over 2. Tapos ang times na po ng isa pa po yung 2t.
2t. Okay, so yun na. Yan. So evaluate when t is equal to 0.
0, 0, 1 times, so 1 times wala na yan. So mu plus 0 rin. So mu lang po.
Yeah, that's correct. So this is equal to mu. All right. So next,
Prove na po yun.
second derivative. Second derivative with respect to t of the same function, your moment generating function. Then, what's the value of this?
Expectation of x squared mo na. So,
Ayan. Kasi kailangan natin expectation ng x squared to compute later for your variance. Okay.
product
So,
rule lang po.
the derivative of this. So, medyo may product rule ka.
Product rule. So,
Tapos,
ito mo mismo yung expectation itself. So, that we know that's mu or that's mu yata po already na. Yung isa po yan mismo. Pero may ano na. So, wait, hindi pala.
Yan mismo. Sige, sulat natin. So, e raised to 2, meaning kukunin mo ang derivative nito,
d left na po times right. Tapos
u plus 1/2 sigma 2t, tapos quantity squared, tama?
Nabo.
Kasi siya. Plus,
So, may ano po, may chain rule pa. So, plus,
so kokopyahin kong una,
tapos ang derivative doon next. So,
anong derivative ng next?
sigma squared lang mo. Ayun.
Sigma squared, that's correct. So magiging, tama ba, sigma squared? Yes, that's correct, sigma squared. Next, evaluate all of that to t equals 0. Anong matitira?
So, mu naman talaga po yung isa. Wait.
So, mu ito, pero ilang
Mu squared po, mu squared. Mu
squared?
squared.
Correct.
Tapos plus sigma squared.
Sigma squared. Ayun. And then finally, kasi ito yung kanina, ito, this is equal to this. So therefore, the expectation is equal to mu. The variance now,
Mu squared. Mu squared minus mu squared plus sigma squared.
correct. So,
So it's the negative variance. So
yeah, correct. So magiging, ano to? Mu squared plus sigma squared minus mu squared. This is equal to sigma squared. Ganda.
Ayun na.
Ayun na. So we were able to show, indeed, kanina, if your distribution is a normal distribution, therefore,
Parang ano pa na parang proving the obvious.
that's correct.
Proving
Although,
1 plus 1 equals 2.
obvious lang, actually, this is the only obvious na ipoprove mo, ito yung mean at variance niya of all the distribution. And the rest na ibang distribution, hindi siya obvious.
Normal pa na, parang siyang natural.
Kaya nga nagtataka ko, bakit tinawag siyang normal? Because it's naturally occurring, it's normally, it's seen every time you
Parang ano pa na, parang mathematically good siya. Parang yung Euler's number, kasi parang ganito po siya yung expectation niya mu. Tapos yung variance na sigma squared. Parang ano siya, it's the natural distribution.
Okay. So far in this case, Joshua, do you have a question or tawag ito? Inquiry regarding the normal distribution?
Wala na po. Pero ano pa, paano siya pala yung parang natural order of things.
Okay. So now, ito, I don't know, mayroon ka bang statistics book dyan sa inyo? Like any introductory statistics?
Meron ba? Yung mga ano po yung parang, yung ordinary lang po, hindi naman po yung mga high level na statistics siguro po.
Oh, okay. May ipapakita ko. I think I'll share my screen here. I have an example of a statistic book, pero online lang naman to. Let me see, na-open ko na ba siya? Yeah. This one. Okay. Open ko siya. Tingnan ko nga. Ayan, sige. Papakita ko. So this is the book. Actually, one of the books na I'm recommending you to also read in our class. Sa or any basic statistics book pwede din. For example, in our case, we are using this book by Walpole. Si Walpole sa mga psychology classes, etc., si Walpole ang kilalang author. Pero this probability book is actually for scientists and engineer kasi medyo mas malalim ang discussion to help
Parang
engineers.
iba-iba kasing purpose ng statistics mo na.
That's right. And usually at the end of every statistics book, may makakitang kang table like this. Ayan. Ano ba yan?
Insane, dami.
Usually at the last, yan. Ayan. Table of statistical tables and proof. Ang usually na pinipresent nila, ito binomial distribution.
So para hindi na po yung kailangan calculate, parang check na lang po kung ano.
That's correct. Actually, nung unang panahon, especially wala pang masyadong calculator, normally nasa likod to ng libro, even in the modern times.
Kung ano ba? Kung may ba kayang parang button na lang sa calculator?
That's correct. Tapos, meron ditong distribution for, hanapin natin yung puro binomial hanapin natin yung normal. This is the Poisson distribution. Tapos, ito yung normal. Yan.
Ano po may missing sa mga yung iba pa? Parang may ganun po sa metapes. Ano po yan?
Ang saan?
Yung sa task mo, parang may
ito?
metapes.
Let me see. For the Poisson distribution, kasi itong parameter, ano nga yung R? Random variable, di ba?
Baka sobrang liit na po na
Di, ang R mo kasi, di bang Poisson up to infinity ba siya? Or up to R? Parang up to R lang. Tama, up to R lang siya ang Poisson. So kaya it's hanggang dito lang siya. Meaning when R is up to 24, so ito yung distribution niya. When R is equal to 26, so ito yung distribution niya. Na isa-sum up mo.
Kaya na po parang may may triangle po.
Yes.
Pero yung normal po infinite kaya wala siyang tabyas.
Unlike the normal distribution, ito infinite. Hindi imposible siya magsisiro. Kasi ang itsura supposed to be ng normal curve, kung yung normal code mo, yung endpoints mo, hindi yan hindi asymptotic siya. So it will never touch the x-axis. So in this case, never ito maging zero. And then ito, i-increase pa yan. When it's positive, then may say, itong positive, i-increase siya up to 0.9999999. So, hindi siya magwa-1 until if you really approach to infinity para maging 1 yan. So, similarly, for each, I think, paiba-iba yung z-value. Anong ibig sabihin ng mga z-value mo dito?
Okay. Yung sa graph, yung limit yata po na.
Oo, kasi in this case, balik ako sa notes ko sa ginagawa natin earlier. Sana ba yun? Ay, sorry. Mag-share screen pala ako. Ulit. Stop share. Share screen. Share ko na lang nga sa para hindi na ako magre-reshare ng screen several times. Okay. In this case, let me write more tables. Halimbawa, let me see.
Mga pa yung margin of error nun? Kung gagamitin niyo po siya, kumbaga.
Ay, naririnig mo na yon. Anong pag-aintindi mo ng margin of error na naririnig natin sa mga surveys, ganon?
Mga yung ko lang yung parang basic, yung ano pa yung yung error niya. May iba pa sa error po, diba? Parang may confidence level din.
Okay, that's correct. These are some key terms in statistics na maririnig natin palagi. Number one, margin of error. Every time when there are political surveys, poll surveys, na halimbawa who are the best candidates, sabi ng mga responses, sasabihin na yan nila 5% margin of error or 3% margin of error. And then there's another one. May sinasabi naman confidence level or confidence interval. At 95%, you are confident to say na tama ito. These two terms are really different from each other. And sometimes, it's always confusing. Especially when you're doing like mga statistical tools and then you are always declaring what you call type 1 error or the probability of committing an ano to of rejecting true null
Yun
hypothesis.
po.
So or ang tawag yun nila false positive.
False positive or false negative. Pero yung ano yata po, meron pa lang nakita po ako, yung meron pa lang yung mga high confidence daw po, mga 95%, parang to
That's
invest.
right.
Siguro parang ang laki po ng confidence, so they must be right. Pero hindi pala, pwede pa lang ang daming false positives mo na.
Pagdidiscusan yan natin actually in this class. Kasi number one, when you're talking about type 1 error or level of significance or alpha, it's the probability of, sinabi natin kanina, of committing, of rejecting a true null hypothesis. Nag-a-assume tayo na totoo ito. Pero sometimes, because we're using statistical tools, we are allowing somehow some error, and we called it the level of significance or the alpha na sinasabi natin kanina. So, the type 1 error and the level of significance complementary ito. So for example, if you're declared that your statistical tool that your level of significance is at 0.05, so you're saying you are 95% confident sa ganitong scenario using that statistical tool. If your level of significance, say for example, you're conducting an experiment, medyo confident ka because you are in a controlled environment, sinabi mo 0.01 or 1%, so you're saying later, upon declaration ng mga true values ng mga na-compute mo para sa parameters mo, you are 99% confidence. This is different from margin of error. Yung margin of error naman, medyo confusing ito kasi it deals with what type of data you are dealing with. Halimbawa, election poll. Election. May election na. Di ba anong tanong palagi sa election? Halimbawa, tatanungin kayo, bobotohin nyo ba si Alexander Balsomo sa pagiging presidente? Tapos sagot nyo, oo, o pwede din, hindi. So, meaning, it's if you convert these to numbers, it's 0 and 1. Or somehow, kung medyo keen kayo sa decision nyo, it's a probability between 0 and 1. So, meaning, may confidence ka somehow to say that your vote may be between 0 and 1 or 0 exactly or 1 exactly. Now, etong tinatawag ng mga responses, these are actually dichotomous response. What if you will be asking this to 1,000, 3,000, 10,000 persons? 'Di ba lalabas niyan out of say 10,000 na tinanong mo, there are 9,500, sabi niya, bobotohin ko si Alex. At may 500 doon, hindi. So it gives you somehow a number na malapit sa 1, but not exactly equal to 1. So, the question is, how in what error you are allowing this decision to happen? So, maririnig mo yan, mga around 5% lang na magkakamali ang mga nagdedesisyon that makes a decision out of this 1,000, 10,000, 1,000, and so on. So, this error is based on the response. Hindi siya based sa sinasabi nating type 1 error. Now, ang margin of error may not necessarily be a percent. Pwede siyang score sa examination. Say for example, gumawa ka ng exam, teacher ka, and then ang exam mo is to 100 points. And then, sabi mo, medyo mahirap ang examination. So, I will be allowing an error of 10 points for my students to commit a mistake. So, ito naman yung tinatawag na margin of error to the examination you are computing. So, hindi siya probability, hindi siya proportion, hindi rin siya percentage ang margin of error. So it will depend on the type of question to the type of response you are expecting if these are repeated independently. So yan yung nagkaka-confuse between margin of error and then the type 1 error. So I hope we will have this more discussion, particularly when we are to compute for sample size. Kasi halimbawa, you are you are to conduct a survey. Question, Joshua, kaya mo ba magtanong sa lahat ng mga voters sa Pilipinas kung sinong kanilang iboboto?
Meron naman pong hindi naman 100% turnout tapos nila na po na mga ganun.
Pero halimbawa, there are ilan bang voters natin? 51 million voters in the Philippines. So ang question, kaya mo ba siyang ikunan ng opinion nila?
Baka ba? 51 million?
51 million. Tatanungin mo sila.
Through extrapolation na lang. Baka hindi po na.
Diba? Hindi. Medyo, well, in reality, kung may pera at may enough time ka, pwede. Say, gagawin mo siya 1 year. Tatanungin mo sila lahat, pwede. Yun lang gagawin mo.
We will give you 1 million pesos if you vote.
So, ang ginagawa ng mga statistician, rather than having the whole population, they will only take a sample. So, ang tawag doon, sample size. So, they are to compute a sample size based on certain criteria. So, isa dyan, may margin of error ka. Meron pa dyan other criteria. Actually, there are several ways to compute a sample size depending on the type of questions, the type of statistical tool you will be using. So one of that, yung palaging nagkakamali sa paggamit, you might be hearing this in the future, yung tinatawag na Slovin's formula. So sulat ka to dito. Slovin's formula.
SLOVIN ba?
Yes, okay. Slovin's formula. It looked like this. Kung tama ako, hindi ko memorize ko pa. Small n is equal to capital N over 1 plus n e squared, where n is the assumed population size, meaning, kung ba, if these are voters, so therefore, say, 51 million, tapos ang E dito is your margin of error. Ito yung palaging marami kong nakikitang researches na gumagamit ng formula na to. In fact, actually, sometimes there's a misuse. Not sometimes, most of the time nga nakikita namin, there's a misuse in the use of this formula. Kasi, ang formula na to is intended for questions like sinabi natin kanina, voting, magvo-vote ka. So ilang sample size ang kailangan mo to vote given na ganitong population size? Pwede ito na formula. But if you are to measure IQ, mag-IQ test ka. So this formula, hindi mo siya pwedeng gamitin. So ano ba, you want to use an IQ test to say all high school students in Metro Manila. So itong formula, hindi pwede to gamitin. There's a different formula na pwedeng gamitin to find an IQ test. A sample to measure IQ of, say, sinabi kong population kanina. So, these are the future discussions na pwede natin pag-usapan. Every time when we have, like sabi mo kanina, mga, ano ngayon? Margin of error, confidence interval, and so on. In relation, actually, this is in relation, mga sinabi mo kanina, this is in relation to the table we mentioned earlier. Pinakita ko to sa iyo ang table actually kasi when you are to compute for the area under a curve, halimbawa, this is your normal curve, and gusto mo hanapin ano yung probability between x sub 1 to x sub 2, meaning gusto mo hanapin yan. So, since ang normal curve mo is just the function 1 over square root of 2 pi sigma e raised to negative 1/2 x minus mu over sigma quantity squared. So gagawin mo lang, you take the integral from x sub 1, to from x sub 1 to x sub 2 dx. So ito yon ang pagko-compute. Pero it is somehow taxing. Try to imagine, Joshua, kung magko-compute ka palagi using this normal distribution. Tapos, it is so tedious para hanapin lang to, yung computation na to, kasi wala tong closed solution, yung integral na yan, numerical ang pagko-compute. So rather than computing it yourself, just simply use the table. Sana ba yung table na yan? Yan. Halimbawa lang, say, x sub 1 is negative 1 over 4. Negative 1.401. So, 1.401. So, isulat ko dito.
Ganun pala pag ano niya. Okay, yun pala yung table ko na.
Negative 1.4. Ano yan? Sabi ka natin?
0.1 po.
0.1. 0.1 ba yun? Or 1 lang? 1.4, 0.1. Tama. 1.401.
Saan pa yung table? Hanggang ano po? Dapat hanggang ano ba? 0.99?
Ito kasi, mag-a-add ka lang ng point. 1.41. Sorry. That is 1.4.
Yun pa na. Kailangan, imposible po naman na i-omit na po yung ano.
1.41, that's x sub 1. And x sub 2, can you give me a number?
Siguro mga 0.5.
0.5. So, yan. So, meaning, gusto mo i-compute from negative 1.41. So, isulat ko na lang dito pala. Sige. From negative 1.41 to 0.5. Some question, what is this value? So, can you do it? Compute manually?
Pwede ba? Yung ano kasi hindi siya na.
Wala siyang closed solution kasi. So, gagawa ka ng numerical method para lang ma-compute yan. So, to do that, ang gagawin natin, hanapin na lang natin sa table. So, hanapin natin saan yan? Hanapin natin yung 0.5. Saan ba 0.5? Ito. Kita mo yan?
Tama.
0.5, that's what?
0.6915 mo na. Tapos ano yung isa?
Dito ko na isulat. 0.6915 minus, hahanapin mo ang negative 1.41. So where is negative 1.41? Negative 1.41. Yan. 1.41, which is this one. So 0.0793. So ipapakita ko ngayon. Ito yan siya, ang dalawa. So this is now equal to what? Mentally, compute mo. Although makikita sa kagad. This is 2.
6122.
6122. Okay. 0.6122. 2 ba siya? Yeah, tama. 22. So in other words, ito yun. Pagko-compute. So, pupunta ka lang sa table na kailangan mo.
Di ba parang yung sabi ko nga po kanina, parang distortion ba of significant figures? Kasi there are 3 lang sa yung given na, pero nakuha na po is 4 significant figures.
Tama.
Black magic.
But, Joshua, napansin mo sa formula, hindi natin ginamit kung ano talagang value na to. Ito, di ba? Parameters yan. Wala tayong may ginawa dyan.
So, ano po ang nan?
So, ito, I'll show it to you. Pakita ko. Saan naman yung table ulit? I'll go back to the table. Napapansin mo, bakit letter Z? Sir, gumagamit tayo ng letter X. Bakit letter Z ang ginamit mo dito? Kasi,
parang third axis?
Kasi ibang normal curve ang ginamit natin. Hindi exactly this type of normal curve na ang formula look like this. So, ibang normal curve. Ano ba yung normal curve na sinasabi ko? I'll show it to you. Let's pakita natin. So, kanina ang ginawa natin, we are looking for the probability. Di ba ginawa natin, what's the probability from x sub 1 to x sub 2? So, let's name that random variable between from x sub 1 to x sub 2. Yun ang ginawa natin. So, what we did, we compute for the integral from x sub 1 to x sub 2 of 1 over square root of 2 pi sigma of e raised to negative 1/2 x minus mu over sigma squared dx. Okay. Now, if you will be the one to do the computation na to numerically, ang tanong, is there a much simpler way to do the integration rather than ang x natin napakadaming gawin? So, gagawin natin, ito Joshua, mag-change ang variable tayo. Let's change ang variable. Meaning, let us now let z be equal to x minus mu over sigma. So rather than x, gagamit tayo ng z. So now, ang gagawin natin,
knowing the mu and sigma po, you can find z anyway. So, wala na, so you can still use it for any situation. Okay.
So, can you tell me, Joshua, if I will use this variable letter z, so meaning magpapalit ako ng variable dyan. So, hindi na letter x ang gagamitin ko. So, ano gagawin natin?
Yung change din po yung limits tsaka yung dx to dx.
That's correct. So, meaning, magko-compute tayo na if you compute what is the derivative of z, anong matitira?
Negative, wait, over sigma. Pero ano lang po na, it's tawag constant 3 to the
Constant lang yan.
So, 1 lang over 1 over sigma.
Tama. So, or therefore, retain mo sa x. So, di ba may dx ka? So, 1 over sigma.
Dx over sigma.
Ayan, that's correct. So, meron ka ng sigma dito. So, pwede mo siyang ipasok dyan sa denominator.
So, naging completely, naging completely isang variable na lang.
That's correct. So, this is now 1 over square root of 2 pi e raised to negative 1 over 2 z squared na lang iyan. Dx, dz. Kasi ang sigma mo mawawala, pupunta dyan. So 1 over dz na lang yan. Pero ano yung magiging limits? Kasi nag-change of variable ka. So this is just, yung unang limit mo, x sub 1 minus mu over sigma.
Okay.
Second limit, x sub 2 minus mu over sigma. Normally, yun ang ginagawa natin when we try to change variable. So, mag-change limit din tayo. But what are these letters? Anong mga letter yan? Z. Di ba? That's Z. So, medyo erase ko na yan. So, gawin na lang natin Z sub 1 at gagawin natin dito as Z sub 2. So, Z sub 1 and Z sub 2. But again, pareho lang sila ng mga probability. So, meaning, this is just a probability of your z from z sub 1 to z sub 2.
Okay.
Yan. But the question, ito yung question ko, Joshua. So therefore, the question, what is, saan na yan? So, what is, kasi nag-change of variable tayo, di ba? Zz is equal to 1 over square root of 2 pi e raised to negative 1/2 z squared.
That's just an f of x po.
Oh, it's just your probability distribution pa rin. If you integrate from negative infinity to positive infinity of f of z dz,
it should be the same thing.
Same thing. That's equal to 1. Therefore, sir, ano yan? It's a probability distribution. So, anong klaseng probability distribution? It is still normal. So kung normal siya, the question, ano yung mean at ang standard deviation niya? So question, what is the mean of
Bro,
Z?
ano po, pero ngayon, we don't have mu and sigma to save us. So,
Pero we can compute. Pwede natin makompute yan. So what is Z nga? Kanina, Z is just equal to
x
ito.
mu over c
So let's substitute.
over sigma.
So expected value of x minus mu over sigma, but this is equal to what? Simplify mo ang expected value na yan. Di ba anong property ng expected value? Kung may constant ka dyan or may constant variable, constant multiplier or coefficient, lalabas lang yan. So this becomes 1 over sigma. Tama? So matitira sa loob, expected value of x minus mu. Ano yung property ng expectation kung may addition, subtraction?
Ano na po na, expectation of x minus expectation of mu, which is just mu.
Correct. So 1 over sigma times expectation of x minus expectation of mu.
So that's just 0.
Expectation of mu.
Mu rin po.
Mu din. Ano expectation of x?
Also mu po. So 0.
So therefore, this is 0. So
Okay.
therefore, the mean is 0 ng z natin. Isa pa, another one.
Parang degenerate po siya.
So ang question, what is now the variance? Ano yung compute natin? So pwede tayo mag-compute several ways ng variance, pero pwede nating explore ito. Saan ba tayo mag-ano? The variance of x, of z. So first, so therefore, what is now the variance of x minus mu over sigma? Ayan.
So that's yung ano pa na yung
Diba
expectation.
may several ways kayo to compute. May several ways kayong pwedeng gawin dito. Pwedeng gawin mo na lang expectations, di ba? Pinakamabilis. Tingnan natin. Expectation gawin natin para hindi tayo confuse. Expectation of z squared minus quantity expectation of z quantity squared. Pero alam natin, what is this equal to? Yung expectation of z. Kanina. Ito, this is just equal to 0 yan. So therefore, you are left with expectation of z squared. Pero alam natin, si z squared, it's just expectation of x minus mu over sigma quantity squared. Pero, simplify, 1 over sigma squared, expectation of x minus mu quantity squared. Yan. But can you tell me what this is? Ito. Ano ito?
Anyway, so ano po siya na? So is the kasi squared na. So ex squared.
Naalala mo ito? Actually, matagal na natin itong... Again?
Yung isa po yung second moment. Tapos minus m squared minus may product so medyo mahirap po na kung siya kung expand mahirap pala.
Ito yung ma-expand. Diyan kasi kung hindi mo maalala ito, try mo expand tapos i-distribute mo si expectation. Try mo diyan. And tell me what's the simplified form.
Expectation of x squared minus 2x tapos minus mu squared.
Expectation of x squared minus 2 expectation of x mu plus mu squared. Diba? Ito yan?
No.
But what is this equal to? Simplify natin. Magdadagdag ako ng papel. Ayan. So, sulat ko dito, x squared. Pero alam natin that is still mu, so may mu squared ka yan. So therefore,
Okay, so therefore, ano po siya na? Tawag doon? Ano siya na? So, negative 2EX. So, mu squared plus mu squared. So, minus 0 pala yun. So, in total po, 0 lang. Tapos, the second moment pa na.
pero tingnan mo, 2 yan, dalawa.
Ayaw nga na. So, just minus mu squared.
Minus mu. But your mu is just expected value of x, di ba? Quantity squared.
Mamo.
So expected value of x quantity squared. So what is this? Ano yan? So ano tong expression na yan? Expectation of x squared minus the square of the expectation.
Ano siya na? Ano po? So, that's just the mu squared. That's just the variance.
That's a variance.
Oh,
Okay.
the variance of x. We're din ba? So, ano
Or
pala?
this is just equal to, what's that?
It's
What's the variance of x where x is just the normal distribution? So anong variance ng normal distribution?
sigma squared.
Sigma squared. So therefore, masimplify mo yan. This is equal to
So that's just 1?
1.
Why?
Correct. So that's 1. So therefore,
This is insane. So 0 and 1. Ba't siya maganda?
0 and 1 lang siya. So therefore, napansin mo kanina that your normal distribution, ito yung magiging symbolic form natin, parang symbol na gagamitin. Yung unang normal distribution natin kanina, meron siyang expected value na mu, tapos na variance na sigma squared. Pero naipakita din natin that you have another normal distribution, pero mu mo is 0, and then ang variance mo it's equal to 1. Ang standard, ang normal na to with a 0 mu and then standard deviation 1, ang tawag dito ay yung standard normal distribution.
Okay.
Ito yung standard normal distribution at ang normal distribution na may mu and sigma are two different distributions, pero ito yung but, when you take the integral, ang ginawa natin kanina, saan na ba yun? Ito, when you are to take the integral of these two different random variables, one is for the usual normal, and the other one is the standard normal, at tapos one is na-normalize, ito, na standardize yung value niya based sa mu and standard deviation of the original na normal curve. It's just the same as your standard normal result. So in other words, ibig sabihin, you can only make, kasi ang problema dito sa normal distribution, iba-iba ang magiging table mo to use kung magkakaiba yung mu at ang sigma squared. So meaning, you will be producing different tables for different mu and standard deviations. But if you are only to standardize your scores, meaning standardize ng scores, ito yon, x minus mu over sigma, you can only use the standard normal table. Isa lang. You don't need so many tables. So in other words, the standard normal distribution table or standard normal distribution unifies different types or different kinds of normal distribution defined by these two parameters, your mu and your sigma. Kaya nga, actually, ang table na to, as you can see in the screen, this is your standard normal distribution. You don't need to know the mu, you don't need to know the sigma para lang maghanap ng probability under the area of this normal curve. Kasi otherwise, kung wala tong may naka-discover, try to imagine every time when you are to compute for the probability between two random variables, ginagamit mong normal distribution, gagawin mo to lahat-lahat. Meaning to say, gagawa ka ng table para lang dyan for that purpose. So, ang maganda lang, because of this discovery of a standard normal distribution in connection to all of the normal distributions, pwede mo na itong gamitin. So, wala nang ibang table needed para magamit mo yan. Ganun,
Insane.
di ba?
Insane po.
Oo nga. So, ngayon,
Para mas kompleto pa siya sa yung logarithmic table.
that's true. Hindi ko alam. I don't know kung si dad mo andyan nung panahon namin, most likely gumagamit kami ng tape. Ngayon kasi, di ba, may calculator na, may Excel na to look for logarithmic values. Dati, hahanapin pa yan namin sa table. Or kung may slide rule ka, gagamit ka ng slide rule to look for the logarithmic table. Siyempre ngayon, ancient history na yan. So, may computers na, may AI na nga.
Yung sana po sa Leasehold meron mo. Meron po siyang table.
Again?
Sa Leasehold pa yung TC7, meron po siyang table sa likod.
Yes. I think sa likod, no? Tama?
Opo, meron po
Sa
siya.
likod. Galing nga eh. Okay, so next meeting, ang gagawin natin, Joshua, is we will talk about, at this time, can other statistical distribution approach a normal distribution? For example, may papakita ako. Ayan sa internet. Ayan. This is a binomial distribution. Pero if I will increase, saan na ba yan? If I will increase, say, n, meaning our sample size, mapapansin mo na it retains to be a bell-shaped curve. So, ang question, nagmumukhang normal siya. So, can we look for the mean and the variance of this curve based on the normal distribution, but the data will come from the binomial? I want you to recall, I don't know kung naalala mo pa ba anong mean at variance ng isang binomial distribution? Di ba binomial distribution natin, may dalawa lang tayong parameter. You have your n and you have your p. Tapos may q ka pa. Your q is just 1 minus p. So naalala mo pa anong mean ng binomial? Ano ang variance ng binomial?
So ano po na? Ano ba yung mean? So, yung mean is yung mismong mu po na?
Oh, I understand kung di mo maalala ngayon kasi matagal na nating diniscuss yan eh. So actually yung mean natin sa binomial, it's n times p. Yung variance natin sa binomial is n times p times q.
NPQ po. Yes, so n times 1 minus q po na.
So, given this information about the mean and the variance of the binomial, can we use this information to approximate a normal distribution? In fact, not only a normal distribution, but a standard normal distribution. So that will be our discussion next meeting na pag-uusapan natin. Kasi importante ito kasi all other distributions will approximately become a normal distribution. Like mga conditions like as the sample size gets bigger and or you will be resampling, and then I want you to study in advance din yung tinatawag na central limit theorem. Again, yung central limit theorem. Kasi importante ito when you are to do some studies in the future. Mag-experiment ka and so on. So when you do an experiment, nag-affect ba yung sample size ng experiment mo as you will be using some statistical tools? The answer is yes. And thus the central limit theorem will tell us na as the size gets bigger, your data tends to be a normally distributed. Actually, in fact, yung actual statement nyon, if you will be resampling your data infinitely many times or a bigger number of times. So it will tend go towards standard normal distribution. So hanapin mo yon, central limit theorem. Kasi importante yan na concept. And then there's another one later na lang pag-usapan natin, yung law of large numbers. So these are some theorems, concepts, and some ideas na pag-usapan natin all about statistics. Okay? So far, Joshua, do you have any questions? Okay, so for now, let me stop my sharing my video. So I think this is the end muna of our class. So I'll see you on Thursday. So for free naman ako sa Thursday. So in case lang kung malilate ako, magme-message lang ako sa iyo. Okay. Thank you, Joshua. Have a great day.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.